Hey everybody, this is Paul Fitzgerald from Friends of Big Marsh with a little bit of a tour of the park. I started out on this particular day taking a quick lap on the second pump track. We have two asphalt pump tracks that we opened up in mid-September of 2020. Very thankful we were able to get these built and open in the midst of a global pandemic and a series of uprisings. These tracks are meant to be ridden on bikes, BMX bikes, mountain bikes, roller skates, skateboards. And right up ahead of me, you can actually see the Ford Calumet Environmental Center, which is a nearly 10,000 square foot museum, classroom space, bathrooms, and Friends of Big Marsh will be operating a bike rental concession. I'm hoping that we can do sort of a soft open in spring of 2021, but obviously, public health is the most important thing. So, we'll see that. But construction is finally nearly complete. I'm, of course, recording this on January 13th, 2021. You see Adam about to get on a bike and join me for a tour. Ashley's already on top of the bridge. So, this bridge right here, you could see it ahead of me in the last clip. This is where our three jump lines lead. Jump lines also being a BMX and mountain bike feature. You can see where we are by the star on the map. Now, Big Marsh Park, of course, was a place that Acme Steel dumped a lot of slag. And when the Chicago Park District decided to open this up to the public, that it seemed like the best plan to cover the 39 acres that had the most tremendous slag dumping on them to use them as a bike park. This, of course, was a former breakwater on Lake Michigan near 87th Street. Now it is a tribute to the indigenous people and animals of the Calumet region by South Chicago artist Roman Villarreal and Pilsen artist Frank Diaz. We are looking forward to a lot more public art in Big Marsh in the near future. So we went ahead and we started riding on the multi-use path. This is part of the OSLAD grant, in which this is all going to become a paved path with boardwalks. On the left side of the screen, you can see what we call Mystery Woods, which which will be the city of Chicago's first official campground. I'm hoping that we're gonna have pallets to put tents on so people don't spike into the ground. And again, we'll be hosting groups there, hopefully in 2021, but certainly in 2022, I think. The large hill that you can kind of see on the very right of the screen right now is Paxton 2, which was a large landfill that was operated until the mid 80s. Generally speaking, these large industrial swaths of land we see on the southeast side are either the Water Reclamation District, steel mills, or waste management, which I mean with both lowercase WM and also an uppercase WM in the case of the waste management managed landfills a little bit further south of us. So right now we are following this path. You can see on the red line, this is sort of the southeast path. So that map that we were just looking at is sort of the plan for the OSLAD multi-use trail. So we already have this trail, and but it will be paved. Right here, I'm going to make a right, and kind of you'll see a shipping container. That will be an additional mountain biking trail back there. We are using those shipping containers to create gravity features. Most importantly, though, this is the most southeast point of Big Marsh Park. The white line with an arrow on it on the map shows what could be a crossing over the Norfolk Southern tracks. Immediately kitty corner to the southeast of Big Marsh Park is Indian Ridge Marsh, which is another Chicago Park District natural area. Immediately northeast of Big Marsh Park, we have the Acme site, which is a former steel mill site, and then we have the part of the neighborhood of South Deering, particularly that right around Trumbull Park and Trumbull Park Homes, which is a CHA development. The folks in the Trumbull Park area are the closest neighbors of Big Marsh. So now we are getting towards the northeast corner of Big Marsh. We have Three Finger Pond on our right hand side, and I believe we're going to be coming up on the sort of there's a stream that connects the marsh to Three Finger Pond. Three Finger Pond is very square, which tells us already it's man-made. Is actually was used for sand mining from the Acme plant. So these are deep water ponds. You can see the little creek that connects them and brings them water from the marsh. And the marsh water actually comes directly from Lake Calumet through a water control structure that runs underneath Stony Island. That star will show you right where we are in the park. These areas, this corner of the park is particularly popular amongst people who like to fish, as well as bird watchers. A lot of our cyclists don't venture back here, but it's really serene, and you can see a lot of cool birds. I understand that people catch trout as well back there. So riding back from Three Finger Pond, we did take a quick detour. The chain link fence is obviously not one of our natural features. This chain link fence separates the park user from a calcite pond. Now, the land all on the left side of the screen, you can see it's very barren. That is another sort of slag field where Acme dumped hot slag. And it would seem that the water table brought the water down. You can see the white pond there. The water is very clear, but the ground is sort of bright white underneath it. It's my understanding that it is pulling carbon from the air and sort of depositing underneath. It's fenced off because, as a hydrologist explained, there's sort of a quicksand effect that occurs there. I really hope that we can work on oxidizing, I think that's the right way to say it, oxidizing this water. And I think it would be a fascinating thing to showcase in the Ford Center. How do we really, remediate this land and recreate the nature? So I just wanted to close with some drone footage that again kind of shows the scope of this project. To the right of the Norfolk Southern Tracks is the Acme property, and to the left, pretty much everything you can see is, in fact, Big Marsh. The large white path nearly in the center of the screen is where we were just biking. The smaller one is sort of the mock-up of our future mountain bike trails. So if you see the horizontal line about 80% up the way of the screen, that's Stony Island. All the water beyond that is Lake Calumet. On the right hand, you can see there's kind of a tree line that goes across. That's essentially where we're talking about the Lake Calumet connector bike path, which would connect the Pullman National Monument District with Big Marsh itself. So, if we talked about the connection to South Deering on the east side and then the connection to Pullman on the west side of the park, we actually would be connecting the communities of Roseland and Pullman with the communities of Hegewisch and Eastside and South Deering. I think it's a huge piece when we talk about the southeast side is actually connecting these neighborhoods, which were designed for heavy industry at the detriment of the residents. So we end where we began at the pump track with the Ford Center right behind us. I hope this kind of illuminates everybody in sort of how large the park is and what a benefit it potentially is to the residents. And I really do look forward to meeting in person with people, presumably still with plenty of social distance, but I'd love to show people around and continue with community tours as well. Thank you.